to Bitcoin Podcast. The only one that's making your money is you. Listen to the Bitcoin Podcast. So hold on and listen to the Bitcoin Podcast.
You know what I realized? We never run. We when I joined, we stopped running this whole podcast like a business. And what I mean by that is, before I joined, you guys were taking sponsorship money. You had people pay to appear. And then I was talking with like a friend whose wife has a YouTube channel that's like over 100,000 subscribers, and I was asking him, like, you know, her monetizing that, and it's like mostly rappers in Atlanta. And I was like, how do you monetize that? How are you doing that? And how much are you bringing in a year? And he was saying that, oh, like people pay to appear. And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had announcements, like the TBP announcements, which was I
remember that.
a pay to play show.
I remember that. Why don't we do that since we are broke again?
You gonna coordinate that?
Well, that's what I was building that Discord bot for. It's actually ready. I have to test it, and then I need somebody to audit it. Corey.
In terms of like for one thing, my motivation for this, which is what keeps me doing it for over a decade, is not to talk to people I don't care about. And so it's hard. Like I remember becoming like, I started the announcements. I did a whole announcements, and I'd finish one and be like, God, that was so fucking boring. You can't ask the hard questions. They talk about shit that you don't think is realistic. Pushback is a little more difficult to do.
Can't you just push back? Like, can't you just say, I'm going to take your money?
Set the terms
and if
up,
I shit on you. Yeah, exactly.
We could do that. I'm more open to that. Yeah. But like, we have to get something that is consistent and we can do regularly such that people want to pay to do it. Unless we just convince them that it's worth it and then try to make it worth it.
The biggest problem is squeezing episodes out because one, it's a pain to schedule everything because everybody's got real life stuff. And then the second thing is like editing and pushing things out on time. Like that's the other problem that we need to solve. So we solved the first one, just need to solve the video editing stuff.
Which I think paid to do stuff, it's easier to pay somebody to do that. You know, like
right. So what I'm working on hopefully brings in some money, and then we use that to pay for a video editor.
I think starting with a sponsor, that just is the easiest way to bring some money in because like sponsors don't have too much of an obligation associated with them. And you can just kind of set it up. I mean, our earlier sponsors on the TBP were like had no requirements, and we didn't charge a lot either. So like, if you look back at like Escrow My Bits, things like this in the early days of TBP, like he basically gave us like $200 an episode or something like that, and he said, "I don't care what you do, just say my name occasionally."
It was much less than that, Corey. It was $15 an episode.
Wow. Okay.
You must have factored in this rapid inflation.
It's all inflation based, right?
We raised the prices to 25, and I remember he was like, "You guys don't know bargain." But no, a lot of them were more than that. We just love that guy. I think his name is Josh. But anyway,
still around.
Go ahead, Jess.
No, I was just saying we should fix that so we have a steady stream of episodes being released.
Yeah, if we can get one out, if we can get one episode a week, then we can do a lot of. We can try a lot of that stuff easily.
I agree. I think getting to that point is tougher now, where we've, life has added complexities.
I've got more time now. The recent changes to how I'm working with the IoT have given me some more room to do stuff like that. But like kids,
another thing, Jesse, which allowed us to record more, is I was doing the same thing I'm doing now, just at a lower level. But Cello and Corey would record the interviews, just them two. That happened for a while. They did about 110 interviews like that, where it was just them doing.
I guess
it was just them doing the interview, and then I would join in for the round table, and then I took on an even heavier editing load because obviously I wasn't doing the interview, and I would listen to the recorded interview on the plane home so I could at least know what I was talking about, right? Like that was how we did it for I don't know, 2.5 to 3 years, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that is another way that we managed it. Also, Cello and I had a hustle factor when we were younger, brought on about by how much Southern rap music we listened to when we were kids. So we were grinding, man. We were trying to make some money, because money is fun. So, but yeah, like I mean, we ran it that way just from natural need slash life at the time. Like we had
Worked.
time,
It worked.
and it worked. Like if we were to run it like a business like that again, I wouldn't be against it, but we need help, right? We need the help of AI. We need to,
Yeah, we could do it. Just take some coordinating.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Step one, get a sponsor. If you want to sponsor us, reach
Yeah.
out, and you can see the professionalism that happens right now. And we'll talk about you sometimes. Just it'll be cheap.
yeah, it won't be expensive.
First sponsor's cheap. Second one,
Yeah.
you're gonna pay.
So
Why don't
wait,
you
we
just
gotta-
name out the price? First sponsor is $100. The
For
price
what?
will go up next time. I don't know, for a demo of what they do.
I was gonna say 1,000, but all right.
1,000? All right, fine.
Yeah,
1,000.
we are distinguished now, Jesse. We don't $100.
My
We
expertise
do
is
$100.
getting better.
Get 5 grocery items.
I mean, $1,000 is yeah. I just threw a number. 100 is 1,000. If 1,000 makes more sense, fine. So be it.
Well, to the one person that was watching, if you come back, you can make comments. We'll put them up on the screen. But hey, welcome to the Bitcoin Podcast. This is episode 10 of season 2. If you want to catch the first season, it's 400 episodes. Just go to thebitcoinpodcast.com and click away
For a
Go
little bit of
down.
time.
Go-
Fly
The new
transfer them over.
website. What's the status on the new website? Is it
I
ready?
guess just publish it. I need to get transferring the Bitcoin podcast ownership, the domain over.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm working on that this week, and then I could just publish website, and then I'll iteratively start unleashing all the old episodes on that as well. And so bitcoinpodcast.com will just move to that one, and then we'll backfill it over time with all the old stuff and the new stuff.
Okay. Sounds good. Cool.
It's done. It's basically worked. It's fine.
Cool.
That's
And we
pretty
just
dope.
make it pretty. It's like, it's got comments, it's got, links, it's got, if you know how to work GitHub, you can contribute directly to it.
Work.
And then we just make it pretty, make it do shit we want it to do.
I wonder if we
So,
should like put sponsorships, like tell people
Directly
to
on it?
create an issue in a particular GitHub repo that's called like sponsorships.
You can use the website for that. You can make
Okay.
a section about sponsorships there. And they're going to point to the
Where,
individual episodes eventually,
Hmm.
we can keep a list of all the different, what are they called? Affiliate links, things like this we have on the website. Easy to do.
Yeah.
Make
I have
donations.
that link tree. We should bring it back.
Yeah.
Just dump all of the information from the link tree on the website.
Send it to me after this and I'll put it in there.
All right.
Cool.
So today we're going to talk about something a little different. So when we started the show, we used to have this tagline. You guys know about it from old 2015. The tagline was, adoption is the only thing that matters, right? And now we're kind of seeing what adoption looks like. And it is massively adopted. All of these things are massively adopted, but it does not quite pass the field test yet. I will admit that for myself. For some reason, I was thinking in my head some sort of micro utopia where everything looked like Demolition Man, the good parts, not the bad parts. And like, it was like, cool, like we're all using this digital currency now, and everybody's got a decentralized copy of Ledger, and everybody can look at things, and it's going to be dope. And we're going to have this new currency system and levitating cars, because everybody knows flying cars is dangerous. Nobody wants the bulk of society in the skies. That's just death. That's asking for raining death.
Did you hear about the
But-
new Tesla Roadster?
Flying.
Yeah.
He announced it on Lex Friedman.
I want
This is
one.
the world we live in, where we announce flying cars on podcasts.
Very interestingly enough, that can tie into today's conversation. So, I can actually tie in pretty well to today's conversation, actually. So, so Corey and I were having a discussion. I think this was from what was that in your? Was it from when I was in your crib?
Yeah, you're in the house. We're at my house, in the living room, or in
Yeah.
my kitchen, drinking cachaça.
And Jesse, I was like, there has to be a condition. There has to be like conditions or an environment that exists that spurs a renaissance that is like pegged or that's pegged by a tech renaissance, right? Like a massive
Death.
acceptance of tech.
Massive death.
We'll get there.
And
We'll get
yeah.
there. We'll get there.
And people using tech and wanting to use new tech and getting involved in new ways of thinking. And, like that, there has to be like, we have these moments of renaissance in the past. And I was like, well, let's just do a good old fashioned now, Chat GPT deep research and see what our AI overlords have to think about it, right? Like, what did they think about, these conditions? And because I was like, are we going to meet those conditions given the current state of the world? And, we got this big research paper. I don't know how many pages it was, but that's what we're going to kind of talk to today, because we see adoption happening, but I didn't anticipate it being like, oh, people gambling in Cash App or people gambling in Venmo and PayPal and with crypto. And like every time I'm asked about crypto, it's not about some of the cool philosophical conversations we were having back in like 2016 to 2019. It's like, hey, man, do I YOLO in the XRP or not? That's what I need to know from you, crypto guy. And so I got tired of that. And I'm like, well, how do we start talking about things that push the envelope? So I don't know. That's where we are. And there are conditions that existed. So there's several types. There's like political factors. Then there are actual like physical constraints. That's a factor. There's economic conditions between trade, wealth. There's a lot going on, right? What else do we have here? Cultural and intellectual factors, right? And all these things kind of go into a goulash of, oh, we're gonna have a renaissance now. So I'll shut my mouth. I guess go to you, Corey.
I didn't get to read the whole thing because it's 40,000 pages. But like in the beginning of this document that we're reading about, it's effectively saying how to get rich people to pay for it, right? Patronage was the largest contributor to, or one of the largest contributors to the arts being created. Like at the end of the day, I think this is a general thing you need to understand is like, you got to pay people. And then the question is, if you want some type of cultural influence to take over, how do you pay rich people to care about that thing? How do you incept them to care? Like they were doing it for status symbols, and then also like civic pride in their city states. And the difference, and it happened in two different places between Italy and Northern Europe, where Italy was kind of like a collection of city-states that were more sovereign, that warred against each other. And so they're actually, but they had a tremendous amount of power from the amount of money they had gained by becoming the banking infrastructure for Europe. And so they wanted to kind of compete with each other. And then there's this kind of lack of additional business opportunities. So they dumped it into culture to bolster themselves as like, I should be the one, like I'm the best at this. And then you look at Northern Europe, who maintained the kind of centralized governance structure that previously held Italy before they overthrew it. And the structure of what Renaissance looked like was influenced by that. It was much more focused on like reemphasizing the church, right? And so like at the end of the day, at least for the historical Renaissance in the way that ChatGPT describes it, you have to get rich people to pay for it. And it's kind of depressing. Like it's, I mean, I've only gotten halfway through this document, but like, if it is like, I don't like the idea that the underpinning of all populist movements is getting rich people to pay for them.
I mean, if you look at the parallel with modern society, look at Elon Musk. He's doing telecom, he's doing space, he's doing automotive. He's got multiple infrastructure, like key infrastructure improvements in place.
And you have to incept them to pay for things that are indirect.
It's like he doesn't need to be. He wants to improve the situation to just like for his own self-interest, right? Like whether he
Mhm.
wants to go to Mars, whether that's real or not, he's addicted to building new or improving old infrastructure. That's what I see. And you see like other super elite people like Bezos, he's just copying him, right? Like if you look at Bezos, there was something that he recently did that Elon called him out and said, "Oh, copycat." What was that?
The 100 push-up challenge, I think it was.
No, it wasn't that. No, it
He
was
would have
something
won,
else.
dude. You see Bezos? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but anyway, like it's happening again, right? There's just
Yes, it is.
there's no cultural dump yet.
I
I
think
don't see that.
the thing that I see that's missing, right? What's weird is that my hand was way out here and I noticed it didn't show in the vertical. So now I've got to do this
Yeah.
because I talk with my hands. The thing that I see was missing is that like the city state thing, right? Like if you look at the city states like here, hey, what's up, Isha Gupta, F21, hell of a name. So like if we look at like the city states, and Corey just disappeared. I think his camera died.
What the hell is going on here?
Hey, so the city states were getting popular and were getting their own value. But like if we just look in the US, like most of our states don't make anything and are kind of broke. Right? So they're not going to start to develop an identity of these are what our wealthy people do because like they don't have any money. Right? There's only like, I don't know, the top 15, 20 states of those are the only ones really making any money out of 50 states. Right? So there's not going to be a renaissance here that's vivid because you know, like they don't have their own little super rich person to bat for them of things they think are popular. That's the biggest difference I see. Like here in the U.S., that is, and if that's kind of happening everywhere, then it's like. But what sucks is, like you said, Corey, is like, is that the only way to get true advancement? Is like getting rich people to care about things? And it's almost like, well, I guess that is the only way because
It's one of the.
don't have.
I'd hate to shill, but like it's one of the justifications for focusing on the idea of network states is how do you build a community that has economic power that rivals the economic power of nation states. And when you build a digital community that can have an economy associated with it, which is blockchains, that then becomes that has like financial sway. And because it's not encumbered by a lot of the things that actual nation states have to deal with, like defending its geology, defending its borders, having a military, then you can assert some level of influence on these types of things and then influence culture because of it. Like if the idea of like, if in order to have a cultural revolution, you need to find rich people to pay for it, then coming up with interesting ways to grow to mass wealth for the benefit of influencing culture is something worth doing.
Capitalism.
The huge
That's
thing
what
that
we-
happened that I saw at the bottom of the ChatGPT summary that delinked was that a lot of people have to die because the Black Plague was a huge
What was it about
reason
people?
why the feudal states started fragment, or I guess
resources.
yeah. Well, so it was a labor shortage, and also I think, like for instance, if you think about like modern day society, you need a large workforce at the very bottom of every society. Like if you think about the U.S., the fact that we are deporting a lot of immigrants, that means they're not doing the menial labor jobs of picking fruit, mowing your lawn, cleaning your houses, right? Like all the things that most people that are middle class and up don't want to do. You need those people. So like if you look at what happened during the medieval ages, like feudalism imploded because you don't have enough serfs, right, to maintain serfdom. You just have, and then you also have inheritance. So people who were poor, like I don't know how many, like what was it, 1 in 10,
okay.
right? So you
That was how
many
Italy
of
was able to kind of like shuffle off, like slough off the influence of serfdom and feudalism because everyone fucking died and it didn't work.
So a lot of
Yeah.
people die. The workforce died. There's a lot of movement of inheriting fortunes. So, and then those people were more, they weren't frugal. Like if you guys know, like it takes to amass some amount of money, you can't blow everything that you make, right? So you have to be somewhat not frugal per se, but I don't know,
Strategic.
strategic.
Well, let's look
sure.
at the equivalent of that in today's society, like because like we can't just like hope for a plague that everyone dies.
Oh, that was COVID. But
Oh,
not
no,
turn
I
the
almost
temp
had
high.
one.
Allow it to cool. That's what's going on here. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go on my camera.
Hey, oh, your camera's getting too hot.
Oh, why?
You know that means you got to sing when it comes back, Corey, right? Obviously, I'm too sexy for my camera. Too sexy for my camera.
bad.
So sexy.
Thanks for that.
I'm the only one who can sing it. Yeah, it hurts. That's my favorite part of that song. Yeah, it hurts. Anyways, hey, j- so Ashita would like a hello from everyone. So I already told them hi.
Yeah. What's up, Ashita? How's it going?
How's it going, Ashita? Badass name, by the way. You definitely sound like an anime character that's about to charge up and do some damage to a bad guy, but talk about it for 2 episodes and then do it on the 3rd episode. So, anyways, we're gonna wait a second for Corey to get his stuff together.
I wonder if I don't know if you saw this same information, but there are apparently like every country is continuing to develop bioweapons. Like this never stopped. Apparently we have like a bio bomb, which is like a bunch of mosquitoes carrying like who knows, like malaria, yellow fever, like just dengue fever. I don't know, just random shit. And we can drop that on major city centers and just wipe out a lot of people. Like the US has this capability. I didn't know that. I didn't know that we still did bioweapons.
I mean,
Yeah,
we do a lot of things.
Yeah.
They're against the Geneva Convention, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, the biggest thing that's going on right now is they're like, "Hey, we're totally not going to make robots that kill people." Wink, wink, wink. Like, like we're the great robot wars are upon us. They've begun already, and I hope that they don't get to Terminator 2 level, not Terminator 3, 1, or 4, 5, and 6, but just Terminator 2. So, anyways, so there's lots of conditions that like Renaissance is spurred from. Like, can it happen here? I don't know. We're seeing like, to me, it's Renaissance or World War III. Like, I feel like that's the 2 branches that we're on right now. We really don't have any in between because, I mean, we've got all these weapons, all these world-ending weapons or country-ending weapons, right? And if those get pulled out of the pockets of the leaders, then it's like, okay, so I guess we're just getting in the world, right? Because there's no way to go back, right? It was a mutually assured destruction.
mad. Yes.
And so if we don't get that, we get a Renaissance. But then I look at the arts because I have a pretty good art background. A lot of my family members are musicians and singers and stuff, and love art. Hell, stepdaughter's an artist. She paints all the time. Art is my jam. And I'm looking at what's popular as far as music, and it's like, this is garbage. So, like, are we gonna have a Renaissance when it comes to the arts? Because let me tell you something, Tate McRae is not getting in the history books. Ariana Grande not getting in history books. Britney Spears, I know that's old for a lot of you guys, not getting in the history book. Who's her name? Taylor Swift, not getting in the history books. Like, this art is not going to survive time, right? And so, if we have a Renaissance, where is the good music going to come? Where's the good film going to come from? Hell, now the theaters are disappearing because Netflix is dominating, right? So it's like, okay, people aren't going to go to the theaters. People aren't going to go to a live show, like a live theater, like with real Broadway actors and actresses, because they're just going to stay at home and watch it on Netflix. Better the cameras get. I watch whatchamacall, Hamilton from my living room. Great cameras. Great
It's
sound.
not
No,
the
it
same,
was
yeah.
exactly the same to me.
Not the same.
I had
No.
a great time.
You're
I
an
even shed a
uncultured
single-
swine. You can't talk
I shed
about
a
being into the
single
arts and then
tear.
tell me watching Hamilton from your fucking couch is the same as being in a theater.
Hey, I was moved. There's
There's also a difference between listening to music like on your headphones and then going to a concert, right? Like you would agree with that, right, D?
I absolutely agree. Actually, when you go
Yeah,
live
yeah.
and see like true performers, it is riveting, and it is
Yeah.
different. But what is going to spur that? Right? Like what spurs these humanitarian, not humanitarian, what's humanities? What spurs the humanities again? And
People paying for it. Giving people okay, if we take a step back from you need people to pay for it, what does that mean? It means people need room. People need the ability to afford time to invest into creation. And they can't just spend their entire lives dredging through life just to get by. If you can't give them that opportunity to have free time to explore the things they're into and to create things based on that exploration and like freedom of expression, then you can't foster any level of like humanities, art, music, like science, any of that type of stuff. You have to find ways to give people the freedom to explore those things. Some say AI will potentially do that for us. And if you have some level of like universal basic income, because AI is taking care of everything for you, because it does it better than we can, then people have a lot of room to explore things they're into and coordinate with people and build stuff. That sounds great. But like us being able to do that well is a fucking huge question mark. So, okay, then how do you get rich people to pay for that? If you look at the current trend of American capitalism, the rich people are getting a lot richer, but they're not paying for things to give people more time or freedom. It seems to be the opposite. So I don't know. Get people to pay for it in a way that gives people find a way to give people time.
I mean, if you, I don't believe this for a second, but if you look at the narrative that people who work in robotics are trying to say is that it's inevitable with AI and robots taking over a lot of the physical jobs that we will have abundance or we will have enough. But I don't really know that that will ever be true. Like we like to manufacture scarcity out of everything, and unless you can go to the grocery store with whatever the currency is that we end up having like 100 years from now or 20, however long it takes
manufactured
for this.
scarcity.
Yeah. So I was listening to a podcast. Like I just got back from Spain last week for a work trip, and
Soft
listen to
flex.
podcasts when I travel. And humble brag. And I listen to podcasts when I travel, and the one I chose was the latest of the Lex Friedman podcast. They talk about nuclear fusion.
Ooh, Jesse cute.
And so I am a physicist. I have a PhD in physics, and I've studied the cosmophysics and like how the universe works. And so our sun is a fusion reactor. But up until our ability to recreate that, like the only reason anything exists is because the natural way we create energy is through fusion, merging hydrogens into heliums. And we have yet to be able to harness that type of energy creation here on Earth. So if you think about nuclear energy, it's through fission, meaning you have a large atom that splits into two and a bunch of extra energy. Fission is a much safer way of doing this, and it's the way in which most of the universe works. And we're on this precipice of being able to do it sustainably and economically, and that you can build fission reactions in a way that gives us almost unbounded free energy. Mm-hmm. I am reluctant to believe that we won't try and over-scarcify this type of thing, because like the resources are there. If you can make it stably, then we just have unbounded energy. But like the way in which human nature is, it doesn't feel so good. Like I'll believe it when I see it, because like there's no physical reason why we can't do it, and if you can do it, you literally have unbounded energy. But
did you see that there was like some sort of interview with whatever the physicist that always goes on Joe Rogan's podcast? He was talking about how like
Eric Weinstein.
Yeah, that one, Eric Weinstein.
Okay.
He was talking about like something in like the 1960s. The Department of Energy like started hiding like research that was related to was it fission or fusion?
1960s.
Yeah,
probably both. Once you have it, it's a lot of energy. Fission Fission is harder
Fusion.
because it's a run. It can be a runaway reaction, so you have to control it. And if you can't control it well, then it can run away and blow up. That's why you have nuclear meltdowns. Fission is different. The moment you remove the source, it stops. And so, like, if something, if a meteor hits a fission nuclear reactor or generator, then it just turns off. Nothing happens.
With fission, not fusion.
With fission. Sorry, fusion. Fusion, it just turns off. Fission, you have a meltdown. It's a runaway reaction.
Energy.
Yeah,
Yeah, fission is what we
split.
Yeah.
What happens if you split two large atoms? Double the bang?
That's how fission works. It's a runaway reaction. So the splitting of like uranium splits into two different atoms, and then
you get a bunch of
beta cells, and then like the energy release of the beta cell hits another uranium atom and it causes that to split. So it's this chain reaction that explodes really fast. And then with each one of those fissions of uranium, it allows it to basically like have this runaway huge explosion that happens really, really fast. And this E equals MC squared mass difference of the atoms it splits into in the original uranium is such that it's an incredible amount of energy. When you do the opposite effect, so when you go from an unstable large thing to two small things, it's unstable, and you have to do it in a chain reaction kind of way, where one thing then changes the rest of the whole thing to do, and so you run out of energy.
Most modern nuclear plants are fission based, right?
No. Yes, fission. Yes. All nuclear things that we have. All nuclear reactors are fission based.
Because fusion is the type of research
yet
that
to be able to do
Einstein was saying. Well, he's saying that the Department of Energy hid.
Yeah, so like we're like on the precipice of doing it sustainable. We've been able to do nuclear fusion for a while. The problem was
containment.
The output of energy was effectively kind of. So yeah, the amount of energy it took to contain the reaction was such that the output of the actual fusion was less than the energy it took to just contain it. Right? Like running the magnets that hold this thing in place. We've gotten better and better and better at interesting switching technologies and holding this plasma in place in such a way where like the output, like we can make a ton of fusions happen, and the downstream output of energy is larger than what you're putting into it, and then it becomes stable and becomes just basically think of free energy.
But I thought containment was an issue, right? Because
containment means that we can hold the thing in place so that more and more fusions are happening, and that requires a lot of energy.
Though, right?
We're close. Well, we're like fucking here.
Oh, okay.
According to this podcast from Lex Friedman, go check it out. It's awesome. But anyway, like the point was that like we may have this thing where we have fucking free energy, but like you just said, it's this artificial creation of scarcity of resources.
I just saw MIT did a tweet yesterday, and they literally said the problem with solar energy is it makes energy too cheap. It almost goes negative sometimes. So how are we going to make money? And I was like, damn, man. I was like, what? Why can't we just have good things? I guess we can't, because we got to get people to pay for stuff. And that is what it boils down to, right? So I don't know, Renaissance or war, but more specifically, how does a Renaissance equal there being a currency system that is better than the one that exists now, that is never going to solve all the problems? But
I mean, if you can reasonably convince people that like participation in these systems gives them freedom to explore things they're interested in, and they're not locked, like chained in for life to some job they don't like, and you actually build infrastructure and structure for them to do that, where they feel the benefits of like getting paid for participating in communities they care about, then you can do something. I don't think you can do it one way, right? You have to do it in a way that like each individual community can do it their own way, and it works together. Like, and we have, automated market makers and DEXs and infrastructure to provide price discovery from one community's asset to another. Like I can transfer Bitcoin to Ethereum. I can swap. I can move networks in the way it works today. And I don't need someone to tell me that price. It's an automated price discovery. And so we have built the kind of primitives, the prototypes to be able to do this. It's about scaling it and make it easier to use.
Yeah. Does it get to the point where instead of city states, we have corporate states where like each
Yeah.
corporation is gonna have a stable.
We already
coin.
have that.
And that stable coin is, I know, but like
Bezos
people-
bucks. Fucking
exactly right. They had to create a new category of money because of how many Amazon gift cards were out there. But how does it reach society? Like, people don't think about these things on an everyday basis. Like, nobody's thinking about like, oh, like, did you know you can live off of Amazon gift cards? Like, nobody's like, what? Huh? Because that's not a thing here in the US. Right, yeah, exactly. That's not a thing in the US. But is it a major thing anywhere? Like, I think it was a major thing
you remember
in a few places, but
In the
Purse.io?
Philippines, they avoided taxes by paying all the people in call centers with Amazon gift cards.
But we have like examples of this working in crypto. Like Purse.io was built off of this, and it was pretty sustainable for a long period of time. I think Amazon just ended up changing some stuff that didn't allow them to operate as fast, so they relied on centralized infrastructure. But like Purse.io is an example of like a lot of people who are willing to work for these types of credits.
Does Purse exist anymore? I feel like it doesn't.
No, I think
There was also another one. It was more like a warehouse. I don't remember what that one was called.
Purse.io.
great
was
things
like
coming
Costco.
soon. That's not just anymore.
Oh, they got bought out. They sold out.
They got bot.
They were like, nah, we ain't fucking out of here. Right. But I don't know. So there's some environmental and epidemiological epidemiological factors as well. There was climate change, which is a big one again. Plague, demographic shifts. Like, climate change to me is ironic because it's like, damn, boy, have I heard that word a whole hell of a lot. In my few short years, my 40 years on the planet, I've heard climate change come up quite a bit, and we're now starting to actually feel some ramifications of this rapid climate change that we've caused. Right, like storms are getting stormier, hot's getting hotter, cold's getting colder. Like, how does it shift things from a resource standpoint that is going to affect people to leap into a new renaissance? I don't know. For this research paper, this specific one, it talked about how there were, like, I guess, long winters in Europe, which changed the kind of food that they could make, changed the harvest, right? And then right after that, there was the bubonic plague, the Black Plague. Pretty racist nomenclature, but we're not going to go there. The bubonic plague,
And it was it was black.
yeah, it was. Like, hold on there, buddy. No, but
This
there's
is before
nothing
America and slavery, so it's fine.
Yeah, this is way before then. Jesse, are you doing a science experiment over there over your shoulder? How did your light get so bright?
I'm looking for
One of his monitors turned on.
I'm looking for marketplaces that are still standing that you can spend crypto with, because a lot of them are out of business now.
Really?
That could be a bit like, hold on, let me look into my magic box.
I mean, there's a lot of places. What do you mean marketplace? What's your definition here? Is it like a bazaar?
Like Amazon.
Most VPNs you can spend crypto.
Dude, that's just one thing. What if I want to buy milk?
Okay. What was the
What if I want to
what
buy
was
a
the one that
computer?
had it was one of the earlier
Yeah,
adopters.
that's the one I'm trying to remember.
What's
That's
the name of that?
one.
Overstock.
I don't remember.
Overstock.com.
Overstock.
Overstock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Overstock.
exists anymore.
Overstock.com certainly exists.
Oh, it's still here. This is
I
the
don't
one I
know
was
if you can buy
looking
crypto,
for.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can use crypto with it.
Can you?
Didn't we
pay
interview
in
that dude?
crypto?
And
yeah.
his number 2.
Yeah, we interviewed all those people back then.
Damn, Overstock is still
apparently
this
so.
shit looks like JC Penney.
It does. It really does.
Who accepts crypto? 250 plus stores by BitPay.
Let's see.
Home Depot?
You can buy
IKEA?
furniture, apparel.
IKEA?
Wait, what? You can pay
use
for
crypto in IKEA.
You can use
Home
crypto
Depot?
anywhere.
What does Home Depot take? Everything?
According to this, yeah, I'm looking at it.
Dude,
Huh.
Coinbase Commerce even has it now to where
Oh,
with
this just says
MasterCard-
how to buy a Home Depot gift card with crypto. That's not fucking.
So this flew
No.
this flew way under the radar. But do you know what Stripe has included in their API now? is like you can take dollars and get crypto
Just directly go directly
as a business. Stripe included that in their docs. Now they included that, I guess, in the tech stack. So now you have options with any item that you sell. You can go in and line item that I'm going to take dollars for this, but I'm going to get paid in Bitcoin. Right? They made the two-way connection of that. That was actually really big news. I wanted to talk to you on one of our shows, but the reason I thought it was big is because now, if you're a business, if you're a big business, you can go through your margins, and if you're having a really good year and you want to stack some schmeckles, you could take some of your like middle third products and you can have them automatically go for crypto, right? So you can take on the risk of holding crypto by accepting it automatically, and you know you're going to get a good profit already, so you can take some of that profit and you can save it in crypto, right, to get prepared for when there is a crypto boom. And you're like, boom, you can automate that as a business now, small, medium, and large. And I thought that was a really big deal. It slipped under the radar, but I was really excited about that because that kind of is helping close that loop between, hey, if I'm a merchant, I don't have to take your crypto. It's tough on me to take your crypto. I just want dollars or I just want euros. But now I can go in and I can customize it and I can take your euros, but you don't even know I'm getting dollars on the back end. Or sorry, your euros, I'm getting Bitcoin on the back end. You as the customer are, none the wiser. Thought that was a big deal. Are we coordinating getting somebody on the stage?
Yeah.
Is
So
that what's
Ishta is
happening?
here. So I'm gonna add them. All right.
Okay.
You have been
Audio
added
only.
with audio only, Ishta.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yep.
can hear you.
Okay, wait, I have to turn my camera on just
I'm trying to buy something on Overstock now. Let's
Apparently,
see if this
I was looking at
works.
these other merchants, and they don't allow for you buy gift cards. I think you buy gift cards like on Home Depot and IKEA,
Yeah.
and then use those gift cards at the store, obviously. But that's not direct. I guess it's kind of
Yeah.
direct.
Even I'm wondering, like, if I buy this from
Remember when we called
Overstock-
Burger King?
No, did you guys do that?
We straight up called Burger King on the show and asked about it. And
Yep.
there's some random one. Where was that? Which one did we call?
I have no idea. No
There's a random one.
idea.
Like the Burger King employee had no idea what we were talking about. But like, it's just some article we read. I don't know, like fucking.
It was hilarious though, because they were like, "Yeah, man, we take it. Gift cards, we take all that." And I was like, "No, I'm not talking about bitcoins, man. I'm talking about like Bitcoin. I'm not talking about gift cards. I'm talking about Bitcoin. Can I come in and pay with Bitcoin?" They were like, "What? What are you talking about?" And it was a really cool episode, but it did open like the floodgates of you could just be on auto. In fact, we'd actually prefer it, but it did open the floodgates of the conversation. As like, damn, we are really far away from adoption. This would have been in 2015 when we did this, towards the tail end of 2015. But yeah, it was a long way. Now we could probably call a business and they would say like,
no,
we don't take that. We're never going to.
I
But
didn't know this, but Steak and Shake has a promotion where you can
Mhm.
pay in Bitcoin using Lightning Network, and you just scan the QR code provided at the restaurant to pay in Bitcoin. And then also they have a promotion where you can get $5 in Bitcoin if you upload the receipt to the Fold app after purchasing a Bitcoin steak burger or Bitcoin meal, some probably Cash App type thing.
Personal finance powered by Bitcoin.
No,
Pricing.
yeah, it looks like Cash App or
Fuck, it's
Venmo or
pricing.
any of those.
Oh, they have like you get a debit card.
It's like crypto.com, but
Okay.
like
it's like what
called
Lawnmower
Fold.
tried to do, I bet. And then you get a card, you tie an account to it, they surveil the shit out of you.
Yep.
What's up, Ishita?
Yo, man, how are you guys doing?
Good. How'd you find us?
I was just scrolling YouTube and I just saw this and I was like, they're talking a very, important things. And I'm like, why there is zero viewers in there? And I'm like, and then yeah, I just joined and I started chatting. Yeah. I was so nervous.
What was that? Was that last question? Was that a question or was that like a statement?
No, that's the statement. I was just really nervous to join you guys because, like, oh God, I'm so nervous.
Okay. Well, thanks for wanting to join the conversation.
You said it's
Um,
important. We're talking about important stuff. What's important to you?
I think crypto is something which is really important to me because I invested a lot. Um, in my mind, I think 2 years ago, my father told me, like, he asked me if you want to buy an iPhone and all, and I'm like, let's just invest in iPhone stocks instead of phone. And then 2 years later, now I have an iPhone, I have a Mac, and I have some stocks. And I think I'm really happy to invest in cryptos and these stocks related stuff. And I believe that every student should know these financial literacy things. And in India, it's really rare. But like when we go on YouTube and find people doing stuff, and we just got so motivated, and we love to talk about it. So yeah.
so what
So
is the
you
state of crypto? Oh, go ahead, go, Jesse.
no, I was just gonna ask. I was just gonna ask. So you invested some money in stocks or in crypto, and then you were able to buy
Both,
even more
both.
things. Ah, okay, I see. And then like in terms of like what how did you get the crypto that you had or the stocks that you got access to? Like what app
We
did you
have
use?
apps here. We have so many apps here. I mean, there is one Grow app. I think it's popular and I
Yeah.
think it's involved. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think that's one of the most. I think that was the one of the most I used because I, I mean I invested in other ones and I also got a lot because obviously if you are investing in these kind of things you will also lose something rather, right? So I think here in Grow app, it's one of the best app I've ever used. And they have this kind of AI thing where they analyze the whole situation and then they predict the next situation. And you can just invest related to that by analyzing your experiences and the company's experiences. So I think
Oh,
it's
it
one of
looks
the
like
best app.
it looks a lot like our Robinhood app that we have here in the US.
It's a
Yeah, because you guys,
GROWW.
yeah, exactly. You guys invest in dollars, we invest in rupees, so that's the difference.
Do you have access to
Rupees are
international
dope though. I
stock
collected
exchange?
a lot of
We can
rupees
use
in
pay. Yes, yes.
Zelda.
This is the app we use here.
Interesting. So you guys had an app just like us. I think everybody has their own app. It's like regional, but so do people talk about crypto a lot in India, or is it just like one of those things that's kind of similar
I
everywhere,
think
where it's
no,
like
nobody talks about it. I mean, people just I don't know, they just that they know, and when it comes to spending on it, they'll be like, no, I don't want to spend here, I don't want to do that here. But I think
interesting?
people should do this. People should invest because it will honestly, I think it will grow our economy, not in India, but I think in the world. If you are investing in other companies, multinational companies, I think it will help them and you as well. So I think we should help each other out by investing in this kind of things.
Man, we've been preaching to that choir since 2015.
Yeah, but how do you
We
teach people to
appreciate.
like make good decisions, right? Because like you said, if you do it kind of haphazardly, you end up losing all your money and then you're fucked. So like, how do you foster some like
So
good
like I
behaviors
do
when
this.
investing?
So there's this thing. There's a pie graph of like if you have $10. Let's talk about dollars here. If you have $10, save two or three and spend four and like whatever it is remaining, just invest in anything. So I used to get pocket money from my parents and I used to invest that much amount in there and I used to save the like it's basically it's a graph. You have to invest some amount, not everything you have. And because it's risky as well, I'm not saying that it's not risky at all. You can just put it because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not easy. It is never easy. to analyze the market, to invest in the market. So I think you should know the graph of how much money you are investing, you are saving, and you are spending. So that is the main thing when you are into this money stuff.
She'd over here spitting fire.
I like that. Wait, so if you got 10, save 2, spend 4, invest with the rest.
Yes.
Not financial advice.
Hashtag not financial advice. Yeah, we have to say that. Rashida, you're going to have to say that too, because I don't want you to face any litigation. So you might want to say, hey, this is not financial advice.
All those listeners coming at you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I mean, like we used to have some financial literacy class, but teacher used to get me like, just do whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna sleep in the class. So we used to
Nice.
watch YouTube in the class and we used to learn by ourselves. So me and
Yeah.
my friend group got into this stuff, like really deep into this stuff. And yeah, my parents are happy that at least at the age of 19, I'm getting to know all these stuff. And I'm saving money at the age of 19 and I'm doing these kind of stuff and saving their money as well. I mean, I'm in this situation that I can even pay my own school fee, but also not by working. So I think it's the best thing ever happened to me. So yeah.
Well,
My sister is in a similar position where she saved and invested a lot of the pocket change, I guess, that my parents gave her over the years, as well as working, during summers or whenever she wasn't in school. And yeah, she has like twice as much money I had at her age, which is kind of crazy to me. But yeah,
Getting people to realize this behavior at an earlier age is so much better because they have the kind of
yeah,
freedom to explore and learn the hard lessons early when they
hmm
can recover from them.
yeah,
And it's something like things like this that give people opportunity to do that. And then when you really experience the tangible benefits of it, where like you said, you
yeah.
bought stocks, you wanted an iPhone, but instead of using the money to buy your iPhone, you bought stocks, and then the stocks growth ended up in a situation where you now have an iPhone, a MacBook, and stocks. You're like, oh wow, this is powerful if
Yeah.
I do it right. And so like then your focus is on
Yes,
how do I do it right.
exactly. My father just asked me like, if you wanna buy an iPhone, I can give you money, then just buy it. And I was like, just give me money, and I'm gonna give you. Then just see me in 2 years. You're gonna see an iPhone and so many things. So he was like, okay, I'm challenging you to do so, and
That's
I
confidence.
just got. I won. I'm happy.
Oh, awesome, Rashida. Well, thank you for swinging by today. We live stream from time to time. I can't say it's always at the same time,
Nope.
but
No,
but
it's
you just
fine,
have
guys.
to
I mean,
you're just gonna have to ding the bell, as they say, and subscribe, and so you'll know when we go live, and you'll
Join the
see
I
Discord.
already did it. Don't worry. I have already did it. I mean, I was just scrolling YouTube and I'm never active on YouTube. I'm telling you. I'm only active on Instagram and stuff. And today I just randomly started scrolling on Instagram and I just saw you guys live and you guys was talking about solar energy and stuff and I was really into it. And then you guys started talking about crypto and I'm like, I have to join you guys right now.
Well, thank you for
Hey,
joining.
cool. Thank you, Yoshida.
Thank you, sir.
How do we boop and skaboop?
Well, that was
That
fun.
was good. That was cool. That was good call, Jess. Even though Corey was like, "I'm not about that life."
you got to bring people in. If they're
I
interested,
agree.
why
I
not?
was wrong.
Dude, the live
Yeah,
streaming is
you
actually
were.
kind of cool on StreamYard now. It like shows you top comments. It shows you if they're on the phone. It shows you if there's questions you need to get at. Like, hats off to StreamYard. You guys are doing a good job. You're gonna get bot soon.
You know, I think they're
No,
just
they're
they
not.
got
They have
going.
multiple. They have multiple products and a really good team. Like Bending Spoons is actually an impressive company.
They got pretty good competition with Restream though. So I think that competition is fueling feature development because it's just that each of them ones keep adding the same things the other ones build, and they're almost like
Yeah.
identical products. But I mean, I think there's room for multiple products.
Oh yeah, it's multiple rooms on the cereal aisle for different kinds of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So we did get a little bit off topic when it comes to the Renaissance thing, but that's just kind of what we do. If this is your first time listening, hey, welcome to it. We start talking about deep stuff, we get into light stuff, we go kind of all around. But it's cool to kind of try to think deeply about crypto still, given that it's been here a decade and we've seen so many changes. We see what's coming down the pipeline with everybody kind of leaning into privacy. And I know there's a lot of you who are well into crypto and have been for years. You're like rolling your eyes like, oh, now we're talking about privacy. You mean
it's
not
only because Zcash and
8
there's like
years
a
ago?
cabal of
I think it has to
people
do with
with
the
deep pockets.
Ethereum. Okay, you're right. Zcash
No,
maybe started
no,
this
it's
wave, and then Ethereum full tilt
100%,
swung into the meta.
100% a bunch of crypto and Twitter influencers were like, they got into Zcash probably around $100 to $200 mark because that's when they started chilling super hard, or before then. And then what was it? It was Token 2049 when Balaji and a few others, Naval, were talking about privacy is important, Zcash, and then boom, that's what set everything off. Yeah.
And it's the new narrative, right? But if you've been in crypto for any longer than the shake of a dog's hind leg, you'll know. Or is it shake of a dog's tail? No, hind leg.
Shake of a dog's tail.
Well, they don't all have tails. Well, they do all have tails. Some have the little nubs
Stunted
because they
tail.
get snipped.
It's docked.
Shake of a dog's tail. Crypto has these new narratives that it grabs onto from time to time to keep the market healthy. Right now, it's privacy. Well, there's no telling what we might see a new recurring of privacy. Privacy. What are those things called? NFTs, baby. They're going to start combining narratives. They're
What's a private NFT?
Oh, you don't know? Find out on the next episode of the big. No. Well, we got to wrap. It's been about an hour. Thank you all for who did tune in live to check out the show today. Should we post the link to the research paper? Right? Like, why not?
Yeah.
It's not a research paper. It's a ChatGPT
AI research.
For most normal people, this is what you would consider a research paper.
I think we're degrading the word research.
Yeah, let's
I think
not
we
do
are
that.
as well. Oh, my bad.
It is a sourced article.
I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings.
I'm a researcher, bitches.
Out here.
I'm a published researcher with a patent.
Are both of you guys published patented researchers?
Correct.
I have a patent. I don't think Corey has a patent.
My bad.
Your
I don't mean to
patent?
hurt y'all's feelings, but y'all are a very small percentage of the population.
A Bitcoin patent.
The larger percentage of the population
I
is
have a
like,
robotics patent.
let me Google this real quick and go to the second page, and that's their research.
I did my research. I went to Facebook and asked people. No,
I asked
talking about real research.
3 different search engines. No, if you're interested in that reading, it is kind of interesting to see what spurred the Renaissance in Europe and in some other places, right? And is that going to happen globally so that we do get this adoption, which I call ideal adoption, right? We see all kinds of adoption. We just saw Grow.in, beautiful app, looks just like Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all of them, right? That's adoption, right? Just gambling, maybe? No. But anyways, so let's wrap up this show. What do we talk to next? You're just going to have to tune in to find out. Right now, we're going to give a shout out to old long neck, wide smile, Zoe Saldana. She's got a new movie coming out where she plays the large blue alien again, but it's probably a grandma this time. So we're going to see what that's about.
You're getting older. You might like that.
Hot blue alien gilf action. Shout out to Jesse and I's old dad now. Oh my god,
dude, that still gets hits.
Really?
Privacy,
yeah,
privacy NFTs.
Bring it back. That's where we get our money, Jesse. Fuck it,
dude. Let's full launch Dad DAO. Let's get some money
we'll do
here.
Dad DAO. We'll do Cockstrong, which is the project I was going to do.
Yep. And then also anime feet pics. That's that new hotness. You guys don't know anything about that.
NFT anime feet pics.
Yep. Shout out to Alien Earth. Great show. Hope you guys catch it. Not a sponsor. Shout out to
go to the Discord.
Ryan Gosling's abs. Oh yeah, go to the Discord. You'll see it in the show notes. Hopefully, if I remember to put them in there. You can follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the places where podcasts are going. And lastly, shout out to Ahmad. We miss you, bro. We hope to see you soon or hang out with you soon. Peace, and play the outro.